Beyond the Steel Sky.
I'd already decided it was going to be my last night in Max's village. I was sorry to be leaving, but I was restless again.
Beware! The day grows dark, and demons stalk the gap by night.
Harsh old woman, stop your superstitious nonsense. Besides, this is the best time of day for fishing, eh, Marlo?
Yes, Dad.
번역은 잘 돼 있는 것 같은데?
Look, Foster! I use these broken sensors to make a fish alarm. It detects the fish before it bites.
Nice work, Milo. Milo was just like me as a boy, and the tech skills I'd taught him would help the village after I left.
Do you really have to go, Foster? How can we ever pay you back for all you've done?
It's been my pleasure, Max. One of Anita's pies will be payment enough. I owed the Gap folks so much. My first tribe fostered me when I was orphaned all those years
마을
ago.
이름 같은데.
They taught me how to
지역이야.
recycle tech scavenged from city dumps. Soon, I even built myself a playmate.
I'm your friend. Call me Joey.
Joey and I were always together. As I grew, I upgraded him. He became the best friend I ever had.
어드벤처 게임이야.
But then,
Foster! Foster, wake up! The sensors detect a fish. It's a big one.
잘못 걸렸는데?
what the? It was no fish.
Max, keep back! Marlo!
Dad! What are they?
Max! Drop him, you...
Dad! Foster! Help me! Help me!
잠깐만.
Milo had gone. The machine, too. But its riders had left something behind.
Max? Milo? What's happened, Foster? Where's my son?
골드체로 나와야 되는데 골드체가 안 나왔네.
I told them there were demons stalking the dark.
The stalker that attacked us was a machine, not a demon.
Please, Foster, I don't understand. What happened?
I told Anita everything I could, though I knew very little. Max was barely conscious. I could only hope that with Anita's loving care, he would recover. As for me, I had to follow Milo and his captors immediately. I'll bring Milo home, Anita. I promise.
Thank you, Foster. I know you will.
Dawn was breaking as I left the village. The featureless wastes of the Gap stretched away from me. Night followed day, then day dawned once more. Time lost meaning as the tracks beckoned me ever forward. Determination had long replaced sadness. Whatever it took, I would find Milo. The tracks were barely visible now, blurred by the wind. But I was sure I'd reach their destination soon. Then I saw the thing I feared the most approaching. Sandstorm. I battled forward, but now could only guess that my direction was correct. I decided to save my energy and sank into an exhausted sleep. Maybe the old woman was right. Maybe demons did stalk the Gap. For as it shrieked and thundered around me, the storm brought back my nightmare once more. Union City security was attacking. As my tribe screamed in terror, I salvaged Joey's motherboard. Taken captive, I couldn't save my village. But I survived when the security copter crashed, entering Union City. On the run, I soon got Joey working. Upgraded yet again, He helped me overthrow the evil that ran the city. As I left, I told him to make the citizens happy. Union City was no place for me. I wanted to be where I could do most good, helping the scattered people of the Gap. I woke to find the storm had passed. But not without finishing its cruel work. The tracks were gone. I was lost, and so, I feared, was Milo. Then, I heard them. Gang birds, scavengers, and in this wasteland,
또
that meant only
볼드체
one
또 안
thing,
들어갔고.
people. Despair turned to hope. I was sure that if I could find where the stalker had gone, I would find Milo. Then, in the distance, I saw a girl crouching over a body.
왼쪽 트리거를 길게 눌러서 달립니다.
The girl was holding a device to the lifeless hand.
Hey, excuse me.
Who the hell are you?
I'm searching for a vehicle that...
아, 저 들고 튄다.
No! Damn birds!
아이, 초보님 3개월 전부터
Hey,
감사합니다.
I just-
고맙습니다.
Whatever that device was, the bird had it now.
로버트가 상호작용할 수 있는 물체는 십자선으로 강조 표시됩니다.
No way I was going to get between those birds and their feast.
상호작용 메뉴에서 왼쪽 스틱으로 원하는 물체 화면 중앙을 맞추고 접근을 한 다음 A를 눌러
A corpse lay propped against a rock.
살펴보기.
I needed to check out that body. It was the only clue I had.
빠루로 휘둘러야 되나? 아, 저기도 뜬다.
I was short on food, but maybe I had something in my bag I could spare.
아, 가방 속에. 파이. 자, 받아 이 녀석. 카테고리가 모바일 게임이라니 무슨 소리야? 아, 태그를 말하는 거면 태그는 트위치에서 자동으로 그냥 찍는 거여가지고
The girl had
제가
been
넣은
doing
게
something
아니에요?
to the guy's hand. I wondered what. He'd clearly been dead for days. The logo. I'd seen it before. On the androids that had taken Milo. The
제가
girl
찍은
was
게
my
아니고
only
그냥
lead.
맘대로
I had to follow her.
태그를 찍는 거여가지고 오토로 트위치에서 제가 넣은 게 아닙니다.
Union City. I was back. Over the years, I'd heard rumors of how the city had thrived since I'd left Joey in charge. I was finally going to see for myself.
웰컴. 가보자. 도시가 상태가 안 좋은 거 아니냐?
Halt!
Welcome, unregistered Gaplander.
Well, hi. And you are?
Community Welfare Droid
사회복지
2CU
담당
at
드로이드.
your service. To commence your Union City registration, please make your way to the immigration terminal.
That's okay, I'm not here to register. I'm looking for...
If you're looking for the immigration terminal, it's right over there. Thank you.
So how do I register?
일단 등록부터
Easy.
해야겠는데?
Just go to the immigration terminal and you'll get a U-chip for your temporary ID. The correct route is indicated by these signs.
Sounds easy.
It is. Without it, you won't be able to interact with any of the Minos devices in this area.
뭔가 막 늘었다.
How do I get to immigration?
The terminal is at the wall end of the garden. The correct route is indicated by these signs. Soon as you've registered, you can access the Minos devices.
Can you help me find a
Nice.
missing kid?
You want to file a missing persons report? Go register.
Bye
Okay.
for now.
Pleasure. How can I help?
일단 쭉 가가지고 저기 아까 걔다.
I recognized the girl. She was the one who'd run away from me earlier. A sand pit. In the desert. The irony sure wasn't lost on me.
Excuse me. Hello?
You!
Me what?
You're the guy in the desert!
And you're the girl with the corpse.
Okay, first of all, that guy was dead long before I got there. And second of all, it's your fault Big Steve stole my date!
Lost your what? To who?
파란 색깔
Do you
걔가
realize how much potential
10명이
trade you
빅
cost me?
스티브인가?
Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I trade. I'm a trader. Name's Ember.
I'm looking for a boy named Milo who might have come through here recently.
Mister, are you looking to trade something or what?
Trade?
Trade, you know, tech, gadgets, knickknacks from the Gap or the city.
That's what I do. I collect stuff, sell stuff, trade stuff. Only, since you're interfering, let Big Steve fly off with my deet, it'll be a while before I can make proper trades again. Now, excuse me.
What's a deet?
My deet, man. DTT.
데이터 전송도.
Data transfer tool. Deet.
What's the deet for?
Duh, transferring data.
이건
That's what I
포인트
was
앤
doing
클릭
with that
어드벤처랑
dead
비슷한
fella.
거여가지고
Transferring his citizen ID for trading, yeah?
이거나 그런 거는
You
맘대로 안
distracted me,
될걸요?
and Big Steve nabbed it and flew off. Like I said, thanks.
Who's Big Steve?
You see all these birds all over the place? Big Steve's the purple one, with a beak full of my deet.
Tell me about this deet.
Simple. I collect IDs and I use the deet to swap them. At least I did, until Big Steve grabbed it.
그렇구만.
That's
그럼
all for
나중에
now.
봅시다.
Thanks.
Anytime. Oh wait, no. Come back if you want to talk business.
For someone with a business interest in dead bodies, she seemed pretty normal.
사업할 거 아니면은 거래나 뭐 이런 거 할 거 아니면 말 걸지 말라고.
There was a strange smell, and it was coming from the truck. The gangs clearly weren't scared of me. Those birds weren't going to let me anywhere near the back of the truck.
아, 여기에 가야 되는데 갈 수가 없네. 음식 같은 게 있는 게 아니면은 저쪽을 못 가겠는데? 차를 움직이게 할 순 없을까?
My crowbar could do plenty of things, but powering a truck was not one of them.
역시 어드벤처 게임다.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Are you...
Whatever you're selling, I ain't buying.
No, I'm not selling any...
A likely story. Name's Wendell. Joe Wendell.
조
Nice to
웬델
meet
씨.
you.
That remains to be seen.
Listen, you haven't seen a child come through here, have you?
Pinch something of yours.
No, he was kidnapped from a nearby village.
Oh, I see. Sorry to hear that.
개들 입지다가
You're
나
not the first I've heard
유괴당했다니까
talking about
당황스러워하죠.
kids going missing in the gap. But I've never seen any come through here. Have you asked those kids over by the playground? They've been here a lot longer than me.
그렇구만.
I don't want to alarm you, but there's a strange odor wafting from the back of your truck.
I don't smell out.
Really? Because it's like...
Except the splendid scent of tasty mini K's, the
세상에
finest
유기농 떡
organic
소시지.
knackverse the Gap has to offer. Don't believe me? Look at those gangs. They love my knackverse. Can't chase them away.
So, your truck is full of mini knockwurst?
You betcha. Mini K, best in the Gap. Even contains some real meat. You're welcome to take a handful. Back of the truck's open, although the doors like to play silly beggars.
어떻게 열자 저거?
Requires a special technique. Ritual, you could call it.
문 열려면 의식이 있어야 돼? 의식을
Now
어떻게?
listen carefully. Step 1, give the bumper a wallop.
범퍼에 한 방 세게
Step
먹인다.
2, do a little jig.
춤을 춘다.
Step 3, pull the door
힘을
and
줘서
jerk it hard.
문을
Wallop,
잡아당긴다.
jig, pull. That it?
That's it, lad. And remember the order.
The doors, they're locked shut.
Not locked, jammed. Oh, and I'm all out of lubricant.
So how can I get in?
Didn't you listen? It's a ritual. First up, then.
A jig.
오케이,
Aye.
오케이 알겠습니다.
Pretty technical, huh?
Have to move with the times, pal.
You see,
오케이 일단 알겠습니다.
Aye.
왜 조져야 되는지 모르겠지만 저 녀석들을 쫓아내려면 뭔가 있어야 될 것 같은데.
Whatever it was trying to detect, I didn't have one.
아 자판기에서 뭔가 혹시 뽑을 수 있을까? 앵무 드럽게 많네 여기. 이건가?
I guess this was the immigration terminal.
Welcome to the Union City Registration Terminal. Please place your
등록을
hand
하시고요.
below to receive your U-chip implant.
흔히 포인트 앤 클릭 어드벤처 같은 거
U-chip implant
보통은
successful.
2D로
You are
있는
now
경우가 많은데
registered with Union
A
City.
U-chip had been implanted into the palm of my hand.
이거는 3D로
I
만든
wasn't sure how
그런
it was going to
느낌이네.
help me.
Authorized citizen ID required.
사장님, 칸 사장님, 이번에 PC 하나 조립하려고 하는데 거피스 팩토리 거기서 칸 사장님 이름 팔면 싸게 해주나요? 300만 원을 100만 원에 살 수 있는 건가요?
300만 원을 100만 원에 사는 건 날강도 지금. 그건 강도지 무슨 말도 안 되는 소리라고 하셨어. 많이?
Hey, kid.
Hey, weird guy.
My name's not Weird Guy.
I'm Pixel. It's easy to remember because it rhymes with pickle.
So it does. I'm Foster.
I'll remember that easy because your name rhymes with fossil and you're old.
Thanks, kid. What's wrong with the roundabout?
It sucks. Stupid Mr. Hobbsworth put a chain on it. He said it was for safety. Then he dropped the chain on his foot.
See you around.
Call it if you need anything.
내가 이걸 체인을 지렛대로 해주면 혹시 뭔가 주지 않을까?
Push me.
밀어달라고? 알았어. 원심 물리기 간다. 한 번 더 해달라고? 알았어. 굉장히 위험한 놀이기구라고. 자, 이놈 됐냐?
Hey, me again.
What do you need, mister?
혹시
I'm looking for a boy about your age named Milo.
애 하나 못 봤냐?
You're asking the right guy. I remember every face that's come through here since I was a little kid.
Yeah? How many's that?
Like, at least 12. How recently are we talking?
Sometime over the past couple of nights.
Oh, didn't know. Haven't seen no kids.
아 그래? 못 봤어.
Did a vehicle come through here recently?
Maybe. How recently is recently?
Like 2 nights ago?
Oh, then definitely no. But wait, 2 nights ago? My brother, Vauxhall, he saw this giant monster.
What kind of monster?
Like a totally huge, but not real one.
Huge, but not real?
I mean, Vauxhall says it's totally huge, and Ember says it's not real.
Well, which is it?
I don't know what to believe.
그래서 복셀이 어디 있냐?
My brother, remember?
Can I talk to him?
I guess, but he's not as friendly or helpful as me.
아 그래?
Real question is, will he talk to you? He's been hiding for like 2 days now.
이틀 정도
Won't
숨어 있는
speak to nobody
거면
but me.
어디?
Can you tell me where
걔도
to
잡혀간
find
거
him?
아니냐?
Maybe he'll talk to me.
Maybe. Yeah, okay. You've done me a favour. He's hiding in a bench in the garden. I told him I wouldn't tell no one, but you seem okay.
Bye.
벤치?
Okay, I'll go.
벤치에 숨어 있다고? 이거 웬 작업대 같은 거 있냐?
A makeshift workbench had been set up. Its structural integrity seemed over-reliant on some old deflated tires.
공원 저쪽 공원 말하는 건가? 뭔지 모를 기차 같은 게 쭉쭉 지나가고 있고. 여기? 여긴가 본데?
Vauxhall was hiding out in the makeshift den.
Hello, Vauxhall.
Shh. What?
My name is Foster. I've just got a few questions. I wanted to ask you if you've seen any monsters.
How do you know about the monster?
Your brother, Pixel.
픽셀이 알려주던데?
Stupid Pixel. He's so stupid. Go away.
왜? 야!
Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
I'm looking for a missing kid. He came through this way a couple of
다른
nights
얘기부터
ago.
먼저 해보자.
His name is Milo. He's about Pixel's age.
And my age.
Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen anything. I've been in this fortress where it's safe.
Safe from what?
The monster.
Vauxhall,
괴물.
about this monster. Truth is, I'm a monster hunter. I've been tracking a monster across the
사실
desert
내가
for days.
몬스터 헌터다.
I think he came through here. And I'm looking for someone brave enough to see it and live to tell the tale.
I saw it.
Can you describe it?
It was big and beastie, and it eats children, and I could hear the screaming, and it was fast and dark and silent.
Slow down, one thing at a time.
It was big, like a giant dog.
A giant dog? That sounds like what I'm after. Did you see any children?
No, but I heard them. I heard kids crying
뱃속에서 우는 소리가.
inside its tummy.
And where did it go?
It sneaked off into the city. After that, I got in here. No way am I gonna let it get me.
You've been in here for 2 days?
Still alive, aren't I?
This giant dog. Where did you see it?
I was playing buzzsaws and dynamos with Pixel. I
내
won,
목이
and
잡고
he was
있는데 안
really
잡혔어.
cross. Then, in the night, I woke up. It was totally dark. I'd heard this sound, like feet padding along the road, big feet. And then I heard screams, children's screams. I ran over here and hid in my fort.
And you've been in here ever since?
Yeah, I'm hungry.
그렇구나.
Any ideas on getting into the city?
People go in and out of the main gate. Are you gonna go in there and kill it?
Sure am.
그렇지.
That's what monster hunters do best.
몬스터
Then I'm gonna
헌터니까.
bring Milo and the other children back out.
You will? Oh, you better take this.
폭죽 줬어.
Thanks. What is it?
A firecracker. I was gonna use it to kill the monster. But you can have it.
오케이, 고맙다.
See you
간다.
around.
Hey, you got anything to eat? I'm kinda hungry.
먹을 거?
I could keep an eye out.
Mr. Hopsworth sometimes lets me have some of his lunch. He doesn't usually know that, though.
Ah, understood.
Voxel's giant dog sounded a lot like the stalker that had taken Milo. Now I was sure that the stalker had entered the city.
정문을 들어갈
There had
방법을
to be
찾아야
a way
되고요.
in through the main gates.
저 사람인가? 아니야, 이 사람은 기술자.
He was a scruffy-looking technician.
홉소스가 누구지?
Excuse me.
Oh, hello, visitor.
What's up with your bollard? Maybe I can help.
You?
Sure.
Hey, listen, Mr. Gaplander. It's totally cute that you want to help. But this mechanism's a teeny bit more advanced than what you're used to.
You'd be
무시하네.
surprised. I'm pretty handy with these sorts of things.
Sorry, got to get back to this bollard. It ain't gonna fix itself.
무시하네.
The bridge seemed to be operated by some sort of hand scanner.
빅 스티브다.
One particularly large and familiar bird stood out from the rest.
빅 스티브 날아 올라가 버렸어. 다시 내려. 아니, 가까이 가면 자꾸 올라가네. 자, 음료수를 어디다가 써야 될까? 스팽글 스캔. 둘이 잔소리 듣고 있고. 스팽글 스캔이 안 되네. 여기다가 폭죽을 써보면? 됐다.
The doors were locked shut. Perhaps for the best.
진짜로 의식을 해야 되는 걸까? 지렛대를 쓴다면?
This wasn't a job for brawn.
안 되네.
And I didn't yet have the brains.
진짜로 의식 한번 수행해 본다. 일단 범퍼를 때린다.
Hit the bumper. These were not my best moves.
줌을 준 다음에 문을 당긴다. 진짜 되네. 이게 되네. 야, 먹을 거 갖고 왔다. 왜 사용 안 되지?
Me again. Can we talk some more?
Hi.
What's this about a sandwich?
Mr. Hopsworth always brings sandwiches from the city. They're so
홉스워스가
good. He's usually got one or two in his
오두막이
hut.
한두 개 정도 있다.
Should I ask Mr. Hobsworth if he wants to share?
No, don't do that. He likes sharing best when he doesn't know about it.
Thanks, Voxel.
오두막으로 가서 갖고 와야 되나봐. 이걸로는 안 되나봐요, 그죠? 오두막, 저건가? 저 오두막인가? 어떻게 올라가지?
Grabbit's independent traders. I bought from sketchier places out in
새
the gap.
유인해보자고? 그래야겠다.
Come on, big fella.
The bird's beak looked especially vicious.
어떻게 해야 되지?
It was Big Steve, and it still had Ember's teeth in its beak. The bird's beak looked
안 되네.
especially vicious.
다른 방법이 필요하나? 일로 끌고 올 수 있어. 여기다가 두고 미니케이를 던져가지고
The bird's beak looked especially vicious.
그 다음
Gang
유인을
was too
해가지고
distracted.
Come on, big fella.
이걸 딴데 혹시
The gangs looked mean and
다른 애들이랑 같이 해가지고 싸우게 만들어야 되나? 아니야, 쟤들은 못 와. 얘가 너무 세가지고 못 오네.
Come on, big fella.
얘를 어떻게 해야 되지? 던지는 거는 안 되는 것 같은데. 다른 새한테 아예 줘보자고.
more gangs.
주는 게 안 돼요. 그냥 살펴보기만 뜨고.
The bird's beak looked especially vicious.
어디에 따로 유인을 해야 되나? 어디다 해야 되지? 어딘가에 유인을 해야 될 것 같은데. 트럭 안에? 트럭에 뭐 뜨는 게 없고. 이 안에다 집어넣고 돌려버리면 안 되냐? 먹는 동안. 먹을 게 많으면 놓고 갈 것 같다고? 그런가? 다른 애가 뭐? 뭔가 방법이 있을 텐데 어떻게 해야 될까? 먹이면서 저거를 뺏을 수 있는 방법. 뭔가 연결이 된다. 도시 안내, 개인 데이터. 매일 온갖 방식으로 분투하도록 도와드립니다. 복지부, 안전부, 소비부, 편의부. 순차적으로 나와서 쫓아가게 해야 되는 거 아니냐고? 아, 저기 냄새 나는 데까지?
Come on, big fella.
아닌데, 근데 저기까지 가봐야 결국 별 차이 없지 않나? 계속 쫓아오기만 하고. 아저씨, 얘 좀 어떻게 해봐요.
지금 잠깐 PC 팩토리 사이트 들어가서 견적 봤는데 최종가가 200 나왔는데 우리 칸 사장님 이름 대고 어떻게 150 아니 50에 안 될까요?
말이 되냐고 그게. 아, 이거 어떻게 해야 되지? 아, 힌트. 미니 K를 얻긴 했는데 어떻게 해야 되지? 빅 스티브는 보라색 붉은 변이구나. 이미 찾았는데 저건. 저건 이미 있는데 먹고 있을 때 안 되더라고요. 해봤는데 그러니까 유인해가지고 먹고 있을 때 안 되더라고. 이러고 있을 때 도구 입수 눌렀는데 안 되더라고.
These were tough desert birds. Waving a crowbar around wouldn't faze them. The bird's beak looked especially
입수 눌러도 안
vicious.
되죠.
Come on, big fella.
이거는 바꿀 수 있습니다.
The bird's beak looked especially vicious.
30초 지났지. 다음 힌트. 꿰어내면 어디로든 따라온다. 어디로든 따라온다. 어디로 또 다른 데로 데리고 가야 되나? 그죠? 보통 이런 포인트 앤 클릭 어드벤처 비스무리한 것들은 딱딱 맞춰야지 되는 식으로 돼 있으니까. 어딘가에 맞는 위치에 딱 데리고 가야 될 텐데. 어디로 가야 되지? 빠루로 새 머리를 묻는다. 안 되더라고. 빠루가 약해서 그런지. 아, 저기다가 던져보자. 이렇게 하면 저걸 놓치지 않을까? 근데 쓰레기통이 안 떠. 뭐야, 그대로 물고 있어. 쓰레기통도 안 통해. 다음 힌트는 충격을 줄 만한 곳으로 유인하는. 충격이라.
It looked like the sculpture had seen better days. Unless that was the intention. Nothing happened. Probably because the machine had had
소리
its urge
나서
for death.
되는 건가 싶었는데 그것도 아니네.
There was an electric fence back there. I wondered if it was live.
진짜였고?
I was
이건가
shocked
보다.
to discover that it was. No wonder the gangs kept clear of this death trap.
몸으로 직접 확인해보고. 야,
Come
이쪽이다,
on,
이쪽.
big fella.
자, 물어! 전기구이 만들어버리고. 됐다. 오케이, 디트 얻었고요. 그러면 아까 걔 어디 갔냐? 어디 갔지? 아, 저기 있다.
So this deed, pretty valuable, huh?
Oh, it's only a fundamental part of my enterprise.
And the ID that's on it?
You bet. That's a citizen's ID.
And that would grant access into the city?
You're a sharp one, ain't ya?
Guess what I just found?
A lot of nerve coming back here.
Nope. This.
자, 받아.
What? My date? I'll have that.
Sure, but how about I give you the deed in exchange for the citizen ID that's on it?
The date for the ID, but
You wouldn't have it back if it weren't for me.
it wouldn't have been stolen if it weren't for you.
So we're even.
I suppose that's sort of fair.
공평한 맞냐?
Excellent.
전혀 아닌 것 같은데.
When do we start?
Have you got a U-chip?
Yes. My hand is still stinging.
Right then, let's get this over with, yeah? Pass me back my deed, Follow me over to my workbench.
작업대로 가가지고 시민증을 얻으면 이제 다른 데 들어갈 수도 있겠지? 빨리빨리 갑시다. 빠루는 언제나 옆에다가 달아놓고 다닌다고. 소세지로 유인해보자고? 땡겨?
You ready to do this?
I'm not entirely sure what this is.
You want that citizen's ID, right?
Yeah.
그렇지.
What do I need to do?
Cool. Just place your hand flat on the U-chip scanner. Over here on my workbench.
아, 여기다가 꽂는 건가 보구나. 야, 비겨! 비겨, 비기라고.
Like this?
Yeah, good enough. Let me just line up the laser. Oi, keep your hand still or you'll lose it.
Is this gonna hurt?
No more than getting the chip installed in the first place. Right, just transferring the ID now. You may feel a slight pinch. What was that?
That wasn't supposed to happen?
There it is again. Must be... nothing. It must be nothing. Looks like his name was Graham. A fine, upstanding citizen.
Graham. Got it.
아닌데 주인공이랑
Good
똑같이
luck,
생겼는데?
Citizen Graham.
At last I had a citizen ID. I hoped that this was going to be my key to getting into the city.
자, 일단 얻었고요. 약간 수상쩍쩍. 여기 들어갈 수 있지 않을까?
Graham's ID was finally starting to get me places.
이렇게 됐고.
The power cell was completely wrecked.
전지가 망가졌고. 이 전지 고치면은 자동차에 저거 되나? 샌드위치 있다.
It looked like some sort of scanning device.
스캐너 챙겨주고.
The console seemed specialized.
도둑놈이라고?
The console seemed specialized.
봐도 모르겠는데?
The power cell was completely wrecked.
자, 이 안에 있는 건 대충 다 본 것 같고 일단 샌드위치 갖다 주러 갑시다. 안 되지? 말에서 밖으로 나오게 해야 되나 일단?
Me again. Can we?
Hi.
Food delivery for Mr. Voxel.
Oh, yes. One of Hobsworth's city singers. Do you want my crusts?
You eat them. Warriors need their strength.
됐냐?
Can I grab another one of those firecrackers?
Sorry, mister. That was the last one.
그 끝이
Do you know
없고?
how I can get inside the city?
I already said. You need to get across the river and through the big doors.
See you around.
샌드위치 주면 그냥 끝이야? 더 주는 거 없어?
There was an empty space where the power cell should have been.
그래서 전지 고쳐가지고 갖다 줘야 될 것 같은데. 복죽 선입금 받았다고.
I must say, we weren't expecting to see you here outside the city.
Guess I'm an unexpected kind of guy.
Indeed.
And who are you?
My name is Greta. It is my duty and pleasure to answer any questions you may have about Union City and the local area. How can I be of service today?
A child has been kidnapped from my village.
From your village? Was the child a registered citizen of Union City?
No, his name is Milo and...
Polite apology. Minos can only concern itself with registered
밖에서
citizens.
납치된 애들은 신경 쓰지 않는다?
I was hoping you'd be able to help.
And isn't hope a wonderful thing? In the meantime, do you have any other queries?
I'm looking for a vehicle. Has anything come through here?
No.
You haven't seen a weird vehicle with legs instead of wheels?
Polite apology. I cannot discuss the details of other visitors' vehicular movements.
아 그래?
But this vehicle, it kidnapped a child.
Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Have a nice day.
In Union City, sir, there is no other kind of day.
얘요? 이 아까 한번 말 걸었었는데.
One of the posts was jammed. I called upon my extensive background in engineering.
해결!
Well, hey! It's working! Hey, we fixed it!
Yeah, piece of cake.
Dude, council sure is shining in my direction today. Do you know
역시
how many
발로
times
까면
I've
해결된다니까.
scanned this thing? The last scan must have done the trick. You see, I'm the diagnostician and tech expert around here. Name's Hobsworth. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a vehicle that might have passed this way.
What kind of vehicle? Maybe I can help.
Well, I didn't get a good look, but I know it has 4 giant legs.
Legs? Word to the wise man. Vehicles have wheels. Whoa, that doesn't sound like any vehicle I've ever heard of. And I've got more magazines under my bed than you can even imagine.
This may sound like a
도시에
stupid
어떻게
question,
들어가는지
but
물어보고.
how do I actually get into the city?
Well, first thing would be to head over to the city gates.
Yes?
If you got a valid ID, and just scan your U-chip, and the bridge will open.
Valid for what?
Now, that is a stupid question. You need a vehicle to get through the big
차가
doors
있어야
there.
돼? 차가 없으면 안 돼?
If you have transport clearance, like that old fella with the smelly truck, you just drive up, scan your ID, and roll right onto the elevator down to the cargo bay.
Okay.
See you around, Hobsworth.
Oh, before I forget, I really appreciate your patience back there when I was fixing the bridge. Let me thank you properly. Give me a hand.
Okay.
There you go. Your kudos just got a boost.
Thanks, I think.
Keep a smile on your face.
kudo스가 뭔데?
Work order received. Work order accepted. Error. U-chip firmware outdated. Authority for vehicular
차량 액세스 권한이 거부되었습니다.
The firmware on my U-chip was out of date. I realized that I'd been sold a dud by Ember.
펌웨어 어떻게 업데이트하지? 일단 엠버한테 물어봐야 되나? 엠버 어디 갔어? 저기 있다. 야.
Hey, Ember.
Hi again.
There's a problem with this ID you gave me.
이거 안
Tried the
되잖아.
bridge, but it wouldn't let me through. Apparently, my U-chip is out of date.
Oh, right. They had to replace the hand scanner recently. Must be running on new firmware, much newer than the crappy U-chips from that old terminal.
What happened to the old hand scanner?
No idea. Why would you even ask that? I didn't take it. Shut up.
Either way, the ID you gave me doesn't work.
Hey, listen, guy. The ID is tip-top. It's your U-chip that's the problem. It's old. Like you.
Well, have you got any newer replacements?
Nuh-uh. That U-chip is in you now. It stays there. You'll need to run an update, but my guess is you can only do that inside the city.
And without the update, I can't get across the bridge. I appear to be at an impasse.
Yikes. Well, that ain't good. Could maybe hack the bridge, but... Nah. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Hacking?
Did you say hack?
Okay. So you know how everything here runs on Minos?
Minos? Surely that's not based off the old Link system.
That's right. When they upgraded, they dumped the old Link tech.
Smart shoes, smart toasters, smart light bulbs, smart fridges.
스마트 구두?
Minos makes everything smart, smart, smart. Except the humans.
Anyway, you know how Hobsworth is always pointing his scanner at stuff?
Yeah?
That's his Minos scanner. Minos scanners let guys without any smarts figure out how machines work. Old Hobsworth has all kinds of safeguards so he can't mess things up more when they break. But with a few modifications...
Can you do more than just diagnose Minos machines?
Much more.
Catch you later.
Peace.
Guess what I've got?
Go on, surprise me.
자, 마이너스
A Minos
스캐너다.
scanner.
해킹 도구로
Can you
만들어봐.
hack it into a hacker for me?
Maybe. Let's see what else you've got in that bag that might be worth my time, trouble, and effort.
I don't know if you can use this, but how about this finger?
Okay, creepy. Let me take a look. Whoa. Okay, this is some serious kit.
이게
the
되네.
micro actuators alone are worth a bundle.
So it's a deal then. You'll hack this scanner, and the finger is yours.
You betcha. Pleasure doing business with you. Meet me at my workbench when you're ready.
이게 됐네. 오케이.
Right, one Ember grade Minos hacker.
Thanks. So how do I use this thing?
You activate scan mode, obviously.
오른쪽.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, well, that's the easy part. Now follow me.
잘 따라오래.
This is how I find hidden systems. They're all over the place. There you go. One just popped right. So this here is a diagnostic view of Minos.
Looks like it runs the vending machine.
No kidding. See those task nodes? The darker ones?
진한 거?
Yeah.
Well, unlike Hobbsy's little vanilla scanner, my hacker can swap them round. So let's see how smart you are. Want to give me an infinite supply of spankles?
무제한으로?
You did it! You're smarter than you look. Okay, apply the hack and you'll be good to go.
이거 근데 이거 원래대로 바꾸면 어떻게 되지? 이렇게 바꿔놓으면?
Alright, mate. Figure the rest out yourself. Oh, and try not to do anything too stupid, eh?
경고가 울리는 거. 이런 식으로 바꿔가지고 요거는 안 움직이는 거고 요것만 움직일 수 있는 거고.
Enjoy this little
Citizen Graham, you are present at the scene of an active alarm.
I was going to have to get used to being called Graham.
Please remain calm and await neutralization of
아까
any
경고
threat.
울려갖고.
Do you have any information on the cause of the alarm?
호흡소
I
왔어요.
think he said his name was Hobbsworth.
I shall investigate. Please do not approach the subject. He may be armed.
Yeah, I had two, I think.
Union City will take it from here. Thank you, citizen. How can I be of assistance?
자, 요거를 요렇게 바꿔가지고 거절해도 다리가 작동이 되게 하고 됐다.
Those guns looked like they meant business.
잠겨 있네. 총기 컨트롤은. 이 녀석.
Excuse me.
Citizen Graham, you are not authorized for this area.
I just wanted to ask some questions.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm a 4YR droid. And 4YR droids are programmed to ask questions, not to answer them.
아, 그래?
What's beyond that door?
A corridor.
And after that?
The city.
Okay. And how do I get in?
You don't.
Why not?
너는 안 된다.
Because you are a pedestrian. And doors do not open for pedestrians.
But they open for vehicles?
Yes,
because it is a vehicle entrance.
그렇구먼.
Have you seen a boy called Milo?
Gaplander or citizen?
Gaplander.
All Gaplanders look the same to me.
He's quite young and about this tall?
해킹을 하려면은 어떻게 될까? 저거 문 쪽으로 가까이 갈 수는 없고 지금.
That's all for now.
총으로 쏘려고 해가.
Good.
얘는 해킹 안 되나? 반대편으로도 가보자. 벨트 속도 설정. 갖고 있는 게 없어서 그런가? 아. 뗄 수가 없어. 있는 게 없어갖고. 쿨링 시스템. 아, 요거랑 해가지고 신속하게 펜 회전 부드럽게 해가지고
The pressure plate appeared to trigger the crane mechanism.
완벽하면 안 되나?
The conveyor appeared to be part of a waste recycling system.
날아갔다. 저 날아간 거 확인해봐야 되나? 없어서 올라간다. 놔라.
You outdated scrap pile! I am the unacceptable cargo! Let me down! You're risking the future of all the little cats!
여기서 전지를 빼가지고. 아유, 실례하겠습니다.
And a charged power cell.
오케이, 충전된 전지를 구했고요. 그 다음 이제 가가지고 차에다가 꽂아서 잘못 말하고. 자, 전지를 꽂아가지고
Lights flickered on. Wendell's truck had power, and with it, I had my ticket into the city. With the power cell replaced, the truck was good to go.
출발!
Hey, Wendell.
Managed to get those doors open all right?
Just about.
Did you, do the jig?
Sure did. You said it was essential.
That's right. Although, here's a funny thing. My wife never
그럴
does
줄
the
알았지.
jig back at the farm. But it always seems to open for her. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Do you need a vehicle to get into the city?
You do, but I don't. I've got Brucey here. What I do need is a new power cell.
And you can't just walk in?
Are you mad? Walk into the city? There's guns guarding them main gates, and they'd make mincemeat out of you, Sonny Jim.
I fitted your truck with a charged power cell.
전지 넣었어요.
You did? Then we're cooking on gas.
Hey, any chance of a lift into the city?
Typical. No one ever does anything from the goodness of their heart these days.
I just figured that...
Oh, all right. Up in the back. You earned it.
You sure it's safe back here?
100%, lad.
I'll take your word for it.
Just watch out for me neck bursts. I've lost enough business already.
소세지 엄청 많고. 다시 해킹한 거 원래대로 돌려놨나 보네. 도시 안으로 들어갑시다. 유니온 시티. 드디어 들어가는군요.
As far as I can take you, I'm afraid. You can catch a monopod into the city from over there.
And where are you going?
Straight to cargo. Gotta get these babies.
Quarantined?
Distributed.
Thanks for the ride, Wendell. Maybe see you again.
보더랜드랑은 완전히 다른 게임이에요. 어드벤처 게임이라. 오히려 굳이 비슷한 류 게임으로 치면은 저런 거랑 비슷한 거지. 저거 원숭이 섬의 비밀이나 뭐 이런 류랑 비슷하지.
Apologies, but it seems your U-chip is running out-of-date firmware.
참을 수 없다. 자, 모노포드 타고 가보실까요?
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Outdated U-chip firmware detected. Firmware must be updated to use Union City facilities.
I was about to return to give Ember a piece of my mind when...
Transporting you to the nearest safety services.
가까운 데로 자동으로 가네. 일단 앉아서. 잡혀가진 않냐고? 그건 모르는 일이고요. 이제 프롤로그 끝난다고. (1편이) 94년도에 나온 게임이요. 엄청나구만. 91년도야? 94년도 아니고. 나 태어나고 얼마 안 돼서 1편 나왔네. 세이프티 서비스. 일단 저기부터 가야겠지?
The stalkers
펌웨어
had come
업데이트
into
해야
the city.
되니까.
But looking around, that didn't make any sense. This place was a paradise compared to the Union City I'd left all those years ago. Joey had certainly turned the place around. I had to find the stalkers. And whoever he was, Graham was my only lead. I just had to sort out my U-chip problems first.
그렇게 오래된 거면 1편 9에서 하지도 못하겠다.
Hello?
Good morning, Graham, Grundy. I trust you are well on this fine day.
Actually...
Aha! Have you tried Dijon buttercream spankles? It's new.
Sounds delightful.
That's the spirit. Now, Mr. Grundy,
1편
we both
GOG에서
know why
무료로
you're
풀고
here,
있어요.
don't we?
I guess we do.
Your firmware. It's ridiculously out of date.
Let's get you sorted then, shall we? Go on, place your hand on the platform.
Why should I?
Oh, Graham, what a ridiculous question. How do you expect to access your messages? Or vote on important city issues? Or use the
AI인 것
travel
같은데, 그죠?
system? Please consent to the firmware update.
Okay, here goes.
Well, that's very strange.
뭐지?
What's very strange?
What's very strange?
You said that's very strange a moment ago. Something about my data.
I didn't. You said, what's very strange?
뭐지?
I only said it because you said that's very strange.
Great. What else can I do for you, Citizen Graham?
There was something strange about the ID that I had
그러게.
acquired.
아이디에
Well, she may
뭐가
have lost the plot. I definitely hadn't.
뭔가 이상한데?
So is my firmware all up to date?
It sure is, Citizen Graham. Now you can get back to being a top-notch citizen again. I see you have 2 weeks of public voting to
투표가
catch up
2주분이나
on.
밀려있다.
Better find a terminal and hop to it.
Would you mind scanning my U-chip like you did before?
But, Graham, your firmware is up to date.
Humor me.
Okay. Well, that's very strange.
그래, 또 저런다.
There, you just did it again.
Because you asked me to humor you.
I mean, you said that's very strange again.
I assure you that I have a precise log of this entire conversation, and I said no such thing.
It appeared that every time she tried to access my data, the last few seconds of her memory was wiped.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
몇 초 동안 지워지는 것 같다.
I don't know if you'll be able to help on this.
I'm here to help.
Okay. I'm looking for a child that went missing 2 days ago.
And from which part of the city did this child go missing?
He was from outside the city.
I can only help you locate citizens.
오케이, 그럼 간다. 수고해.
Was I helpful?
Yes.
Would you like to fill out a survey?
Absolutely not.
안 해.
Okay then. Keep a smile on your face, Graham.
Now that I dealt with my U-chip problem, I needed to find out more about my new identity.
그런 거 시키지 마.
Graham Grundy.
자, 어디로 가봐야 되나?
It was a statue of my friend Joey. I couldn't imagine why they would have erected it. As much as I'd missed Joey, my first priority had to be finding Milo. Hey,
가판대.
got a minute?
드로이드.
For you, sir? I have all day.
Have you heard anything about missing children?
Oh my, that's above my pay grade. Are they social climbers?
No. They were taken into the city from the Gap.
Well, I certainly wouldn't have had anything to do with that.
What can you tell me about the council?
Nothing that you won't have heard already. However, if you take a look behind my stall, you can catch a great view of the Citadel.
The Citadel?
Where the council are based. It can be seen through the skyline right behind me.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
I can't wait.
As pleasant as this place was, I doubted it was going to help me find Milo.
어디서 찾아야 되지?
Union City wishes all citizens a happy aspiration day.
The robot was spitting out the occasional motivational message.
들어갈 수 있나? 문이 닫혀 있고요.
The museum wasn't open yet. I'd have to come back later.
네, 프롤로그에 잠시 나오더라고요. 그 지 친구 로봇 조이랑 도시 구원했다고 막 그렇게 얘기하더라고. 그리고 마더보드 조이 마더보드 뽑아갖고 저 모양으로 된 데다가 집어넣어가지고 조이가 여기 리더 되고 그렇던데.
Hooray! Another customer.
만세이.
Please scan your U-chip to place an order.
그런데 이제 들어오려니까 뭔가 많이 달라져 있죠. 뭔가 좀 이상해져 있죠.
One fresh premium spankles.
스팽글스만 잔뜩 챙긴다.
Apologies, but this is the VIP lounge. You do not currently hold the required kudos value.
문 열어 이 녀석아.
I was enjoying my time in the piazza, but I doubted I'd learn much about Graham here.
그러니까 도시 구한 정도면 당연히 VIP겠지만 뭔가 지금 시간이 지나고 나서 무슨 일이 생겼는지 뭔가 도시가 좀 바뀐 것 같다고 하더라고요.
I couldn't access Graham's messages. I added that to my list of things to look into.
메시지가 잠겨 있다고? (10년이) 지났는데 보니까 뭔가 이상하다. 어디로 가야 되지? 저쪽 뒤에 가는 길 있나? 저건가 보다. 누가 근처에 있다고 한 것 같은데? 무슨 사무관이?
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
I knew Graham had some sort of connection to Milo's kidnapping. His home would be my best, in fact, my only lead.
디스코 엘리시움이랑 아무 상관없죠.
Lakeview Apartments. Certainly, Citizen Graham.
The city knew a lot more about Graham than I did.
출발.
As I arrived, masquerading as a dead man called Graham, I was apprehensive about what I would... But I had no choice. I had to find the stalker. And whoever he was, Graham was my only lead.
네, 죽은 사람한테서 뺏은 거나 마찬가지입니다.
The seal on the floor showed my buddy Joey just as I remembered him, when I left him in charge all those years ago.
리슈? 암살자.
Hey, buddy, watch where you're standing.
What's your problem?
Your face, for one.
지는?
Excuse me.
Well, if you hadn't been staring at the floor like a moron, you'd have seen me.
Do you know a guy called Graham Grundy?
Nope. Sounds like a moron.
In that case, let me introduce myself. Graham Grundy.
Doesn't surprise me.
Do you live here?
Do I look like I live here?
I'm not from around here. Maybe everyone here
약간
looks like you.
미국 만화에서
Yeah.
그
And what do I look like?
Trouble.
주인공이 어린이일 때 약간 괴롭히는 누나 약간 그런 식으로 생겼는데.
I didn't catch your name.
I'm your mama.
What? Do you know where I can find Joey?
Oh, I don't know. Weirdo. They say he walked into the gap, or sailed across the sea. Either way, he abandoned us all in this place.
You don't like it here?
Needs more color, wouldn't you agree?
What happened after Joey left?
Well, duh. Council runs the city now.
I'll leave you to
조이는
whatever it
떠났다고.
was you were doing.
Aw, really? I'll miss you.
Yes, I'm very busy.
Hey, Dirtbag! What's your favorite color?
Huh?
You heard me. What's your favorite color?
녹색.
Green?
Green. Green is not a creative color. Later, man purse.
Later, backpack.
Ha! You got nothing.
Clearly not everyone in Union City was quite as courteous as they were happy.
창조적이지 않은 색깔이래. 어이가 없네.
It was another image of Joey, just as I remembered him. Clearly he'd made his mark.
몇 층에 사는지 아나?
Wait, I know that U-chip. Oh my, is it really? Yes, it is. Master Graham, you have returned.
유튜브로 구분해서 얼굴은 신경 안 쓰는 거야?
Good day, huh?
I shall inform Madam and her guest that you have
뭐야,
arrived.
아내가 있어?
She will be so pleased.
No, that won't be necessary.
She will be overjoyed that you have finally returned to the bosom of the family. My apologies for the interruption, Madam Songbird. It's Master Graham.
What about him, Chipworth?
It appears he has arrived home, Madam.
He has, but that's wonderful. Oh, thank Joey. My dear husband is
수상한데? 야 혹시 밖에 죽게 내버려둔 게 쟤 아니냐?
Mr. Grundy. Mentor Alonso, Ministry of Well-Being. I was just here to investigate some irregularities.
I'm sure my Graham needs a few moments to freshen up. Why don't I show you my kudos records?
I don't know who you are, but right now we're both in a lot of trouble. So for both our sakes, you'd better convince the mentor that you're...
뭔가 조사하러 왔구나.
Yes, of course.
I'll stall him. Just don't come through that door until you know enough about Graham to pass yourself off as him.
Don't worry. You can count on me. I wasn't sure what I'd walked into. But if I was to convince anyone I was Graham, I needed to find out more about him. His job, his family, his state of mind.
일단 확실하게 소개해야 되니까.
Me about anything. Information about Graham was scattered all over the place. All I had to do was look around. At least one person in the city appreciated a nice cup of coffee. Although I doubted Union City blend contained even an ounce of actual coffee beans. Personally, I preferred an open fire for cooking. Definitely an improvement on the
무시해
food
왔더니
dispensers
나도
they
모르던
used to
아내가
have here.
생겨버렸고.
Union City Red. I suspected it was more fruit juice than wine.
스포츠 장비.
A shelf full of sports gear and awards from
운동을
years
좋아했나
gone
봐요.
by.
너무 다르게
That looked like
생겼는데.
Graham and his wife on their wedding day. They looked blissfully in love.
너무 다르게 생겼는데. 야 이거 괜찮냐?
Rhythmic gymnastics, first place. Amethyst or purple glass?
아내도
Either way, it looked
체조했었나 봐요.
expensive. Fairy tales, courtly romances, and art books.
동화랑
Fairy
동화랑
tales,
기사도
courtly
문학
romances,
화보집.
and art books. I was hit by the acrid smell of chemicals. The box was for a deluxe hollow plinth replacement lens. There was nothing inside. A sword? The blade was cracked.
안에도 금발이 아니라고?
An impressive collection of medals ranging
무공
from
훈장이랑
bravery
장기
to
복무
long service.
훈장까지.
Most of the medals dated back to before I was born.
이걸 다 외울 수가 있을까?
A security forces copter. I still had nightmares about those things. Twice I'd flown in them, and both times they'd crashed. I hoped I wouldn't have to risk it a third time. It looked like one of the land trains from the city walls. It was a detailed model. Developing fluid in trays. I hadn't seen gear like this since I was a child.
사진 현상하는 건가 봐요.
You can tell a lot about a man from his shoes. In this case, that the man had no taste.
주인이 개성이 없다.
It was rare to see one of those.
프린터가 있고.
When I came to Union City 10 years ago, this was very much the case. These days, I wasn't so sure. I wondered if Graham self-medicated.
포스터를 좀 이상한 걸 붙여놨는데.
Giant scorpions in the sewers, real or fake? Unlikely.
약간
the tentacle monsters would have eaten them years ago. Anti-Hobart propaganda. Some things never change. How to survive a war. Better just to not be around to see them. Espionage during the Hobart Wars.
전쟁 중에
Nice to see the propaganda was still around. Looked like these photos were taken by the city walls. A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger. The logo on the uniform was quite distinct. The blind blocked out all the light from outside.
이게 뭔가 있을까?
I couldn't access Graham's messages.
메시지는 여전히 잠겨 있고요.
I added that to my list of things to look into.
뭐가 없고. 여기도 잠깐만.
The droids who stare at goats. A classic.
고전 명작. 여기는 화장실.
Welcome back, Graham. Displaying your health chart now. It has been 2 weeks since your last checkup. You have lost weight. Congratulations.
체중이 줄었다.
It has been noted that your height
키가
has
자랐다.
increased, adjusting records accordingly. Scanning for medical implants. Error. Implant missing. Refreshing biomodification database. Please wait. Removing cardiac implant registration.
심장 삽입물이 원래
Registering
있었나 봐.
Shriepman port as new implant.
The scanner had detected my Shriepman port, which allowed me to interact with Link, the city's old network. Since then, I'd pretty much forgotten about it.
Adjusting your health rating from C to A+.
건강이 굉장히 건강하고요.
Graham. That was good to know.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Due to the alteration of your physical parameters, a new uniform has been ordered and will arrive at your home shortly. Keep a smile on your face.
I was a lot healthier than Graham. In fact, I'd say Graham was downright unhealthy. I had made some headway, but I still needed to know about Graham's work and social standing.
업무와 사회적 지위도 알아야 되고.
So Graham was a cleaning supervisor? I needed to find out who he worked for. If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away. After 10 years in the Gap, I'd almost forgotten what a toilet looked like.
화장실 엄청 넓어.
Tempting, but I'd already had my monthly bath.
뭐? 한 달에 한 번 한다고?
Something told me the fire was not authentic.
불 발사로 번역돼 있네. 저 정도는 뭐 별거 아니니까.
A uniform like the one Graham's wife wore. It was cut for someone much larger. I needed to find out who he worked for. If I slipped up, I'd be exposed right away.
직장 알아내기 어떻게 해야 되지? 로봇 집사가 알려줄라나?
The council was made up of 5 ministries. Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. From the color of his uniform, it was clear that Graham worked for the Ministry of Comfort. I knew quite a bit about Graham's work and health, but I figured I could learn more if I found his kudos records.
쿠도스 이력 보기.
The council was made up of 5 ministries.
이력 어떻게 보지?
Each ministry had their own logo and distinctive color scheme. A chart showing that Graham's kudos score had recently dropped.
아,
I wondered what it caused such a sharp decline. I had learned all I was going to from Graham's apartment. I hoped it would be enough.
오케이, 대충 됐나?
That looked like Graham and his wife on their...
Excuse me, please.
Hello there. Chipworth, wasn't it?
Master Graham. May I say, sir, is
평소보다
even
멋지게
more
보인다.
fabulous than usual today.
Why, thank you.
Has Master Graham lost weight?
Maybe. Does Master Graham look like he's lost weight?
Oh, yes, sir. And it would
키도
appear
좀
sir has
컸고.
gained some height as well. Bravo.
Tell me, Chipworth, who was that woman just now?
But that was Sir's wife, Madame Songbird.
이름이
Yes,
송버드야?
of course. My wife.
Is Sir quite feeling himself?
It's fine. I've just been having a difficult few days.
How serendipitous that the well-being mentor is here then, is it not, sir?
Goodbye, Chipworth.
Have a very special day, sir.
이제 들어가 볼까?
If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I needed to find out more information if I wanted to avoid getting caught out.
아내에 대해서 좀 더 알아야 되나 혹시?
Hello, Chipworth.
Hello, Master Graham.
Tell me about that woman.
A woman? Can Sir possibly be referring to his good lady wife?
Humor me. For instance, her name would be...
Madame Songbird. Clearly, Sir is not feeling quite himself.
제정신이 아니시네요.
Sir might recall he even forgot dear old Chipworth's name earlier.
Who?
Me, sir.
오케이.
Goodbye, Chipworth.
Have a very special day, sir.
그냥 가보자. 뭐 되면 되고 아니면 어떻게든 되겠지 뭐.
The pictures were all of Graham's wife. They were photochemical prints, taken using an old-style film camera. The retro technology had managed to blend Songbird seamlessly into the fake backgrounds. The photography was impressive, but the subject didn't look happy. The pictures in the apartment told a sad story. A blissful romance that had soured with time. If I was going to convince the mentor, I had to be sure I knew enough about Graham. I couldn't keep them waiting any longer. From that point on, I had to be Graham Grundy, cleaning supervisor.
그럼 그런디가 되어야 한다.
Darling, I thought you were going to freshen up.
I was, but I missed the sweet sound of your voice.
Oh, Graham, always the romantic. But please don't kiss me until you've showered.
Wouldn't dream of it. Besides, I couldn't let Alfonso here.
Alonso?
Monopolize my lovely wife for a moment longer.
In which case, shall we begin?
Of course. Shall we take a seat in the lounge? It was now or never.
자, 과연 속일 수 있을 것인가?
So, Mr. Grundy.
Mentor Alonso, what would you like to know?
Ah, well, straight to the point. I like that. As I was explaining to your dear wife earlier, there have been some issues with your activity records of late.
Issues? What do you mean?
Mr. Grundy, a word to the wise. This will be much smoother if you leave the questions to me. Now, whilst your records load, remind me, in which ministry are you employed?
편의부였죠.
Comfort. I'm a cleaning supervisor.
Yes, of course. Ah, here we go. Graham Grundy, 42, cleaning supervisor with the Ministry of Comfort. Cleaning supervisors require Class C exertive activity certification. I trust that your health rating is sufficient.
건강 점수 A+입니다.
dropped down a bit, but I'm back to Class A+ now.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. So, with that in mind, I will mark you as fit for work, barring any other issues. Now, obviously, your kudos level will have fluctuated due to your absence. You're a C+
2주 동안 잠수
right now.
타가지고 C+로 떨어진
I
거구나.
note you used to be much higher.
원래 B였었죠. B였다가 B- 됐다가
Mr.
C+로 됐죠.
Yes, well, you'll be back up there in no time. Well, that is all I need to check off. But I'd be remiss if I didn't offer you all the extra support and guidance that you need.
Mentor?
When someone goes off-grid, there's usually some underlying trouble. And as a mentor, I like to think of myself as a bit of a troubleshooter.
Of course. I appreciate the concern.
So, let's get to the bottom of all this confusion. Dig a bit deeper, eh?
Deeper? Yes, right. By all means, Mentor.
Tell me about your workplace. I trust there are no issues.
어? 어? 뭐? 뭐라고? 철컥. 아, 철도. 오케이, 철도. 오케이. 오케이, 철도.
Land train facility. It's a fine place to work.
I'm sure it is. Department of Land Trains and Extra City Commerce. Wonderful.
Oh, yes. Couldn't be happier.
We are, of course, very grateful for your service, Mr. Grundy. But there we come to the crux of the matter. Your absence. 15 days is a
15일이나.
long time. This is, of course, why my ministry has become involved in your case. We have been concerned for your well-being.
I'm fine. Better than ever, in fact.
Excellent. Now, speaking of your health, I note you had some surgery last year. Tell me about your implants. Are they working effectively?
원래 심장이었죠.
You mean my
심장
heart
툭툭툭 건드리는 거 봐.
Nothing to worry about. As you can see, the beat goes on.
Yes. Well, I must say you're in remarkable shape considering your medical history. Of course, your mental well-being is just as important to us. How are you getting on with your rather peculiar hobbies?
취미 찰칵찰칵 사진. 새 관절? 야, 사진이야. 사진. 커다란.
You mean my photography?
I do, yes.
You can't beat the feeling of an old-time film camera.
I can imagine.
아내가 열심히
You have an
일하는데.
eye for composition. Although I don't understand your interest in using such archaic technology. choosing to fiddle with knobs rather than availing of ministry-recommended filters, stabilization, automatic archive, and data retrieval, all courtesy of Minos. If we can't see what you create, how can we share in your interests?
What can I say? I like a challenge.
I'm sure you do, Graham. Ah, well. I have a busy day of appointments, so sadly we must conclude our little chat there.
It's been a pleasure, Mentor.
됐나?
Hasn't it? So with that in mind, perhaps you can tell me where you've been for the last 2 weeks.
What? Right. Yes, where have I been the last 2 weeks?
Well?
Okay, so the last 2 weeks, I was working at the land train facility, of course. Cleaning. I'm a cleaning supervisor. And while I was cleaning, I must have bumped my head. The next thing I knew, I was in the middle of nowhere, still on the train. 2 weeks later, the train returned to the city. Cleaner than it's ever been, I might add.
그럴싸하게 말하는 거 보소.
Darling, how awful! What a dreadful thing to happen!
I believe I have all the answers I need from you.
Well, that's a relief.
I'm sure it is, Mr. Grundy.
Well, thank you for stopping by.
Just a teeny tiny thing before I go. There appears to be 1 or 2 anomalous results here.
Anomalous? That doesn't sound good.
It may be nothing. But here's the thing. I get strange readings when I scan your U-chip. Any idea why?
Maybe it got damaged when I fell.
Ah, yes. Of course. That's probably it. You see, the only other time I've seen anything like this is when a U-chip has been tampered with. No one would have done that now, would they?
Tampered with? I didn't even know that you could do that.
Graham's a supervisor, not a subversive mentor.
Yes, a supervisor, not a subversive.
Damaged when he fell. Request analysis. There. Perfect. I have everything I need.
Great.
된 걸까?
Chipbot will show you out.
Chipworth, darling.
Just my little joke. Chipworth.
Good day, Mr. and Mrs. Grundy.
I don't know who you are or what you've done with Graham, but I think we got away with that.
I hope so. I don't think that we would get away with it a second time.
Nor do I. If there is anything wrong with Graham's U-chip, you would better sort it out sharpish before Alonso's analysis comes back.
뭔가 문제될 게 있나 봐.
Who even are you? Where's Graham? Are you that contact he kept ranting about?
Whatever Graham had been up to, it had gotten him killed. I had to come clean with his wife. There's no easy way to say this, but I'm afraid Graham is dead.
죽었어요?
How? Where?
I found him. In the gap.
The gap? What was the idiot doing in the gap?
등신.
That way he was always sneaking off to. Ugh.
A child, Milo, was abducted from a village out there and brought into Union City. And I think Graham was somehow connected.
Sure. And pigs fly. Listen, stranger. I'm sure you can understand this has been a rather harrowing day. This is all too much for me right now.
Tell me about it.
So, I'm gonna do some damage control on social media. In the meantime, I guess that officially it is your home, so you can stay, but this is my bedroom, and that one is yours. No cute ideas.
Understood. Songbird seemed rattled by the news. Not surprising. But whoever this contact of Graham's was, I suspected they were the key to finding Milo.
씻고 자자.
Tempting, but I'd already had my monthly
왜 안
bath.
씻냐고. 안 씻으라고. 어? 뭐야?
There was a boot print. Curious.
어? 뭐지? 뭔가 있단 소린데?
A box had been hidden outside the window. if I could get the window open, I'd be able to reach that box.
창문을 어떻게 열어야 될까? 사진 수상하지 않냐고? 살펴보기밖에 없는데.
Excuse me, please.
Excuse me.
Hello, Master Graham.
저거 어떻게 여냐?
I need you to do something for me.
Just say the word, sir.
Please, can you open the windows, Chipworth?
Very good, sir.
그럼 열리나? 어디 가냐? 창문 열라 했는데 열렸다. 이제 새? 아 그러네, 새가 아직 있어갖고.
The mentor, Alonzo, seemed to be arguing with someone.
Hey!
The gang had a ferocious beak. I was lucky not to lose a finger.
그러네, 저기 누구랑 얘기하고 있어.
Here you go.
가라. 뭔 상자인지 모르지만 일단 입수하고요.
Whatever was in the box, Graham had clearly not wanted anyone to find it. Inside was a small glass lens. It had deep cuts scored across its surface. But that wasn't all. Tucked beneath was a photograph. A picture of a stalker. A child's face pressed against the window.
이걸 찍었다가 죽었나
Suddenly I
보네.
realized that it wasn't just Milo. It was clear that multiple children were being taken into the city, and somehow Graham was connected to it.
몰래 찍다가 죽은 거 아니냐? 기능성 있을 것 같은데. 뭐지?
Songbird, I'm sorry
For what?
that your husband is dead.
Hey, win some, lose some.
That's pretty hard.
아니, 남편이 죽었는데?
Stranger. You told me your secret, so I'll tell you mine. Last few years, Graham gave up trying to be anything other than the dullard he really was. If it weren't for the kudos for being married, I'd have dumped him months ago. You're new here, so a word of advice?
이혼하면은 큐도스가 떨어지니까 이혼을 안 하고 있었던 거야?
Learn the rules and play the game.
My name's Foster, by the way. Robert Foster.
Songbird.
Is there anything more you can tell me about Graham?
Not much. He was a loner whose only friends were idiots like him.
Could Graham have had anything to do with kidnapping?
For both our sakes, I hope not.
What were you saying about kudos?
Were you born yesterday?
Let's just say I'm new here.
Okay, newbie. Here's how it works in Union City. Be a good example, stay happy, and you get kudos.
Which you spend?
Well, kinda, but not really.
이혼이 낮아진다기보다는 결혼을 했다가 이혼을 하면
the
낮아지는
lower
거니까.
you are in the city. Simple.
So kudos is bad?
Aren't you listening? Lower. Lower is better.
아, 아래층이 더 좋은 곳이야?
What's with the Alonso guy?
Guy? I believe you're referring to Mentor Alonso from the Ministry of Well-Being. He's a high-ranking official. And we've just lied straight to his face.
등급이 높으면 높은 데로 가고 높은 층으로 가고 그러는데 여기는 오히려 낮은 층으로 가네요.
I dread to think how far my kudos would plummet.
엘리베이터가 없어서 그런가?
Arrested, deported, I don't know. Not important.
쿠도스가 낮을수록 고층에서 엘리베이터 없이 왔다 갔다 해야 되는 거 아니야? 그래서 낮은 층이 쿠도스가 높을수록 내려가게 돼 있는 거임.
Who's this contact you mentioned?
Bad news, as far as my kudos level is concerned.
What do you mean?
Graham was always rambling on about this hacker friend of his. Had a daft name. Leet, I think.
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
Excuse me,
다시
Songbird?
얘기하고 리트 누군지 얘기하고.
Husband.
Any idea where I could find Leet?
Probably somewhere up top with the other degenerates. If I were you, I'd stay away.
Did Leet believe in Graham's conspiracies?
Believe? Pretty sure he's where Graham got him from. Bad influence all round.
Bye, Songbird.
Yeah, bye.
자, 이제 어디로 가야 될까? 힌트. 여기 힌트는 이미 앞에 했던 거밖에 안 나왔네. 어이가 없고.
In Union City, even the teddy bears had screens. This one was broken.
아, 기후 제어기.
Climate controls looked complicated, except for the big switch marked Windows.
말싸움하는 거 보러 가야 되나? 한번 보러 가볼까?
Excuse me, please.
뭐야 이거?
The seal had been vandalized. Poor Joey. Excuse me.
Ah, Master Grundy. What joy to see Sir again after all this time. The Poet Laureate Reginald Arthur Schnippel Esquire sends his regards and/or condolences as appropriate.
How nice of you, Reginald.
Correction, sir. If one may be so bold, Mr. Schnippel is of course Sir's human neighbour. How Sir might mistake yours truly, Tarquin, for our beloved Poet Laureate is beyond imagining.
See you later, Tarquin.
Will I?
Huh? It's just a phrase.
Shall we schedule in another meeting?
I don't think that's necessary.
Such ambiguity. A tortured soul. Alas, I am inspired.
뭐야?
Dear me, a terrible situation. Very troubling indeed.
Mentor, given your experience, your input here would be greatly appreciated.
저 위에서 뭐 하고 있냐 저?
Orana, isn't it? You strike me as a fine young officer of the Ministry of Well-Being. Would you say that's an accurate description?
I'm flattered, sir.
Your record is exemplary, I believe.
I do my best, sir.
I'm sure you do. So please,
아까 녹색이라 해서 녹색 페인트가 떨어지는 거야 진짜?
Fix this mess.
Mess? You mean the girl?
The whole untidy situation.
Yes, sir.
At girl. Keep a smile on your face. After all, it's Aspiration Day, isn't it?
열망의
The
날.
happiest day of
무슨
the
날이지?
year.
I'll take care of it, sir.
I know you will. By the way, a call to pest control wouldn't go amiss.
Of course, sir.
Meanwhile, I shall isolate this area until this unfortunate incident has been resolved.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your advice.
We're all here to learn from each other. Take care now.
Miss? Pardon me, miss!
Who, me? Hey! You can see forever up here! You know, be free!
Miss, you have to be careful.
Careful or careless? I know which one I want to be.
Why don't you come down, yes? Miss Dijon, is that right? Raquel Dijon.
Dijon?
Yeah. That's me. I think.
Raquel.
Raquel? Did you say Raquel?
You need to come down.
뭐지? 뭔가 좀 이상한가 본데?
What? Where am I? Oh no! Help! Help!
Hearing her name had triggered a total change in the girl's behavior. I needed to find a way to get her down before she fell.
그래서 난 탈출!
It was a hand scanner.
살수기 제로. 는 전혀 상관없는 것 같은데. 어떻게 해야 되지? 새 배설물.
This particular spot seemed popular with the local birds.
식물이 촉촉해지고 있는데 이거 말고 다른 방법이 필요한 것 같은데.
From that height, the girl wouldn't fare much better than the can.
어떻게 해야 되지? 뭔가 다른 뭐가 있나? 접근할 수 있는 인물이든 뭐든 있을 것이다.
Excuse me.
Sir?
What's going on?
Just a citizen in trouble, all under control.
Anything I can do to help?
No need, sir. All under control.
Really? Why is she up there?
I don't know. I'm not sure she does either.
I'll let you get back to work.
Thanks.
제대로 못하고 있는 것 같은데.
Are you okay?
No! I don't know how I got up here!
Raquel!
옆에 문 있지 않았어?
Raquel Dijon! Don't panic! I'm from the Ministry of Well-Being.
How can we help?
Nothing to see here, sir. I suggest you go back inside and enjoy some screen-based entertainment.
Excuse me. I'd like to make a complaint.
Please, both of
로봇이
you. I'm a
높게 못
welfare
나나
officer.
보죠.
I know how to deal with this kind of problem. I just need to check the negotiation protocol.
Well, thank goodness the Ministry is on this. It's all very distracting.
Anyone got any ideas?
Yes, I do. I have an idea.
Go on.
Never use a simile when a metaphor suggests itself.
What?
뭐?
I'm in the middle of composing an Aspiration Day poem, but my lexiconic cupboard is bare, so to speak.
민석은 구할 생각 하나도 없는 것 같은데.
Is this idea about your poem?
Well, yes. You asked if anyone had an idea. You were not specific to the context.
Don't worry, we'll get you down safely.
어쩌니가 저 옆에 열리는 문 같은 데로 올라가야 될 것 같은데. 올라가는 길 없나?
The picture showed an utterly unfamiliar scene from a bygone era.
다음 집에서 못 가냐고? 그런가? 다음 힌트. 인간의 무게를 충분히 감당할 수 있을 정도로 강해 보이는 게 있을까? 네가 받아.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello again.
Good day, Master Grundy.
Bye for now.
Before you depart, may I use you as a sort of muse?
뮤즈 같은 소리하고 앉았네.
Are you writing a romance?
I had something of a tragedy in mind.
이 녀석이.
I'd rather you didn't. Excuse me.
Sir?
What's...
Just a citizen in trouble, all under control.
Is there...
Just...
이거는 안 되나?
Best leave this to the professionals, sir.
What happened?
I don't know, but we have to get her down.
있는 게 없고.
I'll let you get back to...
Thanks.
30초 지났냐? 아, 청소 로봇이 페인트를 지우고 있다. 왔다 갔다 하면 대량의 물을 나르고 있다.
From that height, the girl wouldn't fare much better than the cat.
대량의 물을 어디서 나르고 있을까? 아, 저쪽? 여기?
Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence.
수량 변경 0%.
With no hand scanners, I figured they were intended for droids.
Commencing refill.
저거구나. 외부 청소. %로 가야 될까?
Water refill complete.
이렇게 한 다음에 올라갔다. 물 뿌린다.
Water tank depleted.
어디가?
Commencing refill.
리필이 되면 안 되는데. 여기도 하나 있었고. 자, 둘 다 리필을 하지 말고. 이 녀석이 물을 안 뿌리게 한 다음에 이 녀석을 잡고 내려오면 안 될까? 지금 물이 있고, 왜 물을 다 쓰고 나서 물이 없고, 물 고문하고 있다고? 물이 안 나오네. 자, 이렇게 해가지고 올라가면 대화를 저걸 안 하네.
Raquel!
Help! Please!
Can you see any way down from there?
No! And everything's wet now thanks to that robot.
Hold on. We'll work something out. Think you can get on the robot when it passes?
I could try. But what if...
We'll catch you. You can do it.
I rather doubt she can.
녀석이 자꾸 부정적인 소리만 하고 있네, 저 녀석이.
You have a reasonably good eye for aesthetics.
Thank you. Now grab on tight. We'll be right
쓸데없는 소리 하고
underneath
있고.
you.
You'll be fine.
Human grip strength is famously reliable. Only in short bursts.
Okay, here goes.
로봇 녀석. 상태 굉장히 안 좋고. 오. 그래도 안전하게 내려왔고요.
How do you feel, Raquel? Are you okay?
I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that's all sorted. Shall I call a pod for her?
I've got it from here, thank you. Raquel, what were you even doing up there?
I don't know.
기억이
I don't really remember
기억이 하나도 안 나요.
anything.
The girl looked glad to be back on solid ground.
Excuse me?
Mr. Grundy. Oh, Mr. Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
Bravo, Mr. Grundy. Your actions in this situation were sublime, albeit unconventional. The local noise levels have already returned to normal, and the building will soon sparkle again.
I'm more concerned about the girl. Is she gonna be okay?
Yes, blah, 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 and all that. Officer, wouldn't you say that Mr. Grundy's actions today warrant a kudos boost, hmm?
Of course. Thank you for the suggestion.
Tarquin, miss.
Orana. Orana Newblood.
Orana?
Yeah, like the guy said. Graham Grundy.
Mr. Grundy?
자, 일단
I'm on the trail of a missing kid called Milo. I think he's somewhere in Union City.
That shouldn't be difficult. Any greeter terminal will be able to find him via U-chip.
No, that won't help. He was brought here from the Gap.
That's not possible.
I assure you.
Where did you say you worked, Mr. Grundy?
That'd be the Ministry of Comfort.
I suggest you concentrate on your work and leave well-being issues to the appropriate ministry.
So, do you work here?
노성.
I'm an officer for the Ministry of Wellbeing.
노성이라니까 이상한데.
You often have to talk girls off high ledges?
My first one.
You did a good job.
Thanks.
Raquel, is she always like that?
What do you mean?
Well, I met her earlier and she seemed like a totally different person.
She's been through a big ordeal. Nothing that a trip to the reflection spa won't sort out.
What is the reflection spa?
What is the... Are you feeling okay, Graham? Everyone this side of the industrial level has heard of reflections.
Oh, you mean that reflection spa. It's been a long day.
Next, you'll be asking me to tell you about this Joey guy.
No, I'm familiar. Will she be in trouble for the graffiti?
Well, no real harm done. The droid will clean it up.
로봇이 다
eventually.
치우니까 상관없나?
That said, her kudos rating will take a hit.
All because she defaced Joey?
People loved Joey and what he did for us.
Joey was my friend. We did so much together.
Well, he might be gone, but he's not forgotten. You can find out about our savior at the Museum of New History.
돌아가셨다고?
You mentioned I could find out about Joey in a museum?
Yes. The Museum of New History has exhibits about how he transformed the city. I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to learn about him and his legacy.
A museum dedicated to Joey? He'd be proud of that for sure.
Well, it's not all Joey. They have a special exhibit about the previous administration. Old technology, maps, that sort of thing. My advice, though, is to avoid dwelling on the past. Anyway, taking in some culture is good for you. Find it at the piazza if you get the chance.
I guess I should get going.
Yeah, well, thanks for your help.
I suppose I should thank you too.
No problem. You take care.
You too, Mr. Grundy. If you need any well-being support, just ask for me at Agrita Terminal or on a New Blood. Come on, Raquel. Let's get you to the spa. You'll be feeling better in no time.
나도 스파 가고 싶다.
No need to worry, Raquel. You're safe now. Happy faces all round, right? In fact, this calls for a celebration. It is Aspiration Day after all.
Oh, goodness. Is it?
All day. And you know what would be the best end to a day like this? A trip to the Reflection Spa. I'll pull a string or two, and we'll get you straight to the front of the line.
나도 이제 갈 수 있나?
Water refill complete.
Pod has been requested. Please wait for embarkation.
오케이, 왔고.
Welcome, Citizen Graham. Where would you like to go?
I needed to find more information on Graham's contact before I could decide where to go next. Sorry, Monopod.
아,
I
당장
think
갈
that
수
I'll
없네.
stay here.
연락책에 대해서 좀 알아야 되는 거야. 그 리트였나? 개발하는 건가 본데?
Got a minute?
Is something the matter?
Hello again.
Good day, Master Grundy.
Have you heard any reports of missing children?
Why, no, Master Graham. If anyone went missing, I'm sure AI Officer Greta would find their U-chips.
What if they were from outside the city?
Well, surely AI Officer Greta would find them by their
밖에서
newly
왔어도
implanted
아무튼
U-chips.
이직하니까?
Fair enough.
그렇구만.
For all his poetry, Tarquin was still a Union City droid.
얘한테 물어보기엔 좀 애매하겠다.
I do hope that I'll also be seeing you. Excuse me, sir.
아내가 밑으로 내려왔네.
Excuse me, Songbird?
Hello, husband.
So you need a higher kudos to get lower?
Of course. That industrial pit up there hovers over me like a storm cloud. And this middle level is simply beneath me.
I think I understand what you mean.
중간층이야, 여기?
But the lower level, now they are my kind of people. They've got standards that you don't see enough of round here.
That's all for now.
Yeah, bye.
Commencing refill.
더 가려면 어디로 가야 될까?
Apologies, Citizen Graham. This is not your residence.
이게 엘리베이터가 아니 여기 2층까지밖에 없는데? 갈 수 있는 곳이? 답은 힌트다. 사라졌거나 어울리지 않는 것이 있지 않아?
The blind blocked out all the light from outside.
사라졌거나 어울리지 않는.
A collection of toy animals were lined up in little baskets. One was missing.
하나가 없어.
Jasmine. I didn't think Songbird would appreciate me rummaging through her things. I poked at it, but I couldn't get it to turn on.
안 켜지고?
The shelf was loaded with books on
관리,
management, business
비즈니스
theory,
이론,
and military
군사전략.
strategy.
창문 닫기가 저기서 되는구나.
There was an empty spot marked Bartleby Bilby.
바틀비 빌비. 이걸 내가 찾아야 되나?
Eating a stuffed koala wasn't going to get me any closer to finding Milo.
그래서 저기서 뭐 해야 되죠? 송버드와 대화하자. 대화 좀 더 해야 돼. 밑으로 내려갔는데.
Excuse me, Songbird?
What now?
Are you a collector?
What?
Toys. You have quite the collection.
Oh, yes. The whole set of cuddly kiddies. Even the limited edition Mama Bear from 5 years back. Well, I did have the whole set, at least.
Did something happen?
Bartleby went missing, that's what.
바틀비가
I asked
없어졌어.
Graham about it and he denied all knowledge. Then, when I tried to use the Mama Bear tracker to find dear Bartleby, he threw her across the room.
Clumsy.
Clumsy. Those bears were my engagement gift. He hid Bartleby just to spite me.
Graham had taken Songbird's toy Bilby, but I couldn't figure out
왜,
what he'd have
왜
wanted with it.
숨겼을까?
Wherever he'd gone, Graham clearly didn't want to be tracked.
바이오쇼크 인피니티에 나올걸요?
What's a mama bear tracker?
What do you think? It tracks her babies.
Her babies?
The cuddly kiddies. Most toys in Union City are tracker-enabled. Lost toys mean screaming babies. Unless you got a tracker.
Mind if I have a look at the tracker?
Go ahead, though the screen is broken. Squeeze the left ear to turn it on.
아, 왼쪽 귀를 꽉 쥐면.
Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
It looked like Graham had taken Bartleby and didn't want it tracked. I had a hunch that he had taken it to Leet, but had no idea
느낌적인
why.
느낌이. 대화 번역 같은 거는 개 잘 돼 있어. 되게 자잘한 오역 같은 거 있긴 한데, 그러니까 뭐 대화 자체보다는 일단 그러니까 상호작용 하는 쪽에서 자잘하게 오역 같은 게 있는 경우가 있는데 전반적인 번역은 다 잘 돼 있죠.
With the screen broken, I'd need to find another way to get at the data. I wondered why Graham had taken a children's toy.
Hello there. I'm Mama Bear.
Hi.
Mama Bear looks after all the cuddly kitties. Are you looking for one of my children?
아,
I'm looking for Bartleby Bilby.
바들비를 찾고 있다.
Don't worry, child. Look at my tummy to find your missing friend.
안 보여.
The device was on, but the screen was still blank and broken.
어떻게 되지?
Hi.
Mama Bear looks at... Are you looking for one of my children?
I'm looking for...
Don't worry, child.
이거를 어떻게 해야 되지? 아, 요거를 장난감 추적기를 이거를 다른 데다가 꽂으면 TV랑 연결한다는. 아, 디지털 분재. 그래서 바꾼다면?
The plinth was showing the toy's tracking data. All I needed to do was locate
지역
the
코드
area code
E1594.
find the tracker, find lead.
그럼 이제 갈 수 있는 건가? 얘는 아직도 저러고 있네. 열심히 해.
I had a lead, a map reference, E1594. Graham had put a tracker there. Maybe it was the key to finding his hacker friend Leet.
The piazza is the place for me.
It would be my pleasure, Citizen Graham.
가자. 그럼 막 포인트 앤 클릭 어드벤처 같은 게임인데 3D로 만들면서 구성을 되게 잘한 것 같죠? 재밌게 잘 만들었어. 여기서 이 1호구서 어디로 가야 되지? 물어볼 수 있을라나?
Hi.
내용 요약이요?
Most excellent to
애들이
see you
납치돼서
again. Graham Grundy.
밖에 있다가 애들이 납치돼서 여기에 들어왔는데
How can I be of assistance today?
어떻게 찾아야 될지 아직 제대로 모르고 있다.
Do you know where I'd find E1594?
I do not recognize E1594.
I think it's an obsolete city location code.
I see. Would you like to sign up for a course in the history of Union City's geographical referencing?
Thanks, but I don't have the time for that.
Shame. I hear it's enthralling.
Where can I find...
Have you tried an old map?
Do you have one?
Of course not. I do not
당연히
care for
없죠.
legacy data. I'm part of the new, shinier Union City.
Thank you.
아, 그래 알았다.
Until the next time.
SF 어드벤처 근데 약간 도시가 좀 후도스로 시민 등급을 매기면서 좀 통제되고 있는 느낌의 도시죠. 원래 10년 전에 이 도시를 구하면서 자기 친구인 조이가 리더가 됐었다고 하는데 이제 10년 후에 와보니까 조이는 뭐 죽었다고 그러니까 죽은 것 같다고 얘기하는 것 같은데 정확하게는 아직 잘 모르고 일단 지금 여긴 없는 것 같고 이제 대신 의회가 여기를 통치하고 있다고 하는데 좀 상태가 이상하죠? 잠깐 화장실 좀 갔다가 오늘은 주탱이가 없네? 주탱이 오늘은 데리고 갔나?
Leet was my only lead to discovering Graham's connection to the Stalker. And the obsolete map reference E1594 was the only lead I had to finding Leet. As I surveyed the room, I was greeted by a familiar face.
Hello, darling! Remember, all of this...
It was a hologram of Danielle Piermont, a friend from when I last came to Union City.
10년 전에.
Exhibit. Please ensure your aspiration brooch is worn upon entry.
It was a hologram of Danielle Piermont, a friend from when I last came to Union City.
After bringing an end to the tyranny of the oppressor Link, Joey created Minos to ensure that forthwith technology would always serve rather than
기술이 시민의 종이 되게 만들었다.
The centerpiece of the whole museum was a synthetic arm. I recognized it. It was Joey's. He had lost it in our fight against Link all those years ago.
Look, over here!
Dad, do you have to be so loud?
The arm! Isn't it amazing?
Seemed like I wasn't the only one interested in the Joey arm.
Promise? Didn't I say I'd bring you here?
You did, Dad. I'm so stoked.
This
별로
Hold on, Cecily. I think someone wants to talk to you.
별로
Maybe
오기
he's come
싫었나
to look
본데.
at Joey too.
No, Joey, it's my turn. Coming.
You'll have to excuse my dad. He's very dedicated to Joey.
푹 빠져서리.
Excuse me.
Oh, hey. Wow, you look different.
What do you mean?
Your outfit. It's so...
Functional?
기능적인가?
I was just gonna say weird.
If mine's weird, what color is yours supposed to be?
Duh. It's perinickel margarine. It's like Tuesday's happiest color. Where are you even from?
요일마다 행복한 색깔
You'd
있어.
never believe me.
This museum visit just got way more interesting.
Does the location E1594 mean anything to you? It's an obsolete reference code from the old system.
Nuh-uh. I never paid any attention in geography or history. It's just like, hello, there's a reason we got maps, you know?
A map? Perfect. Can I find one in here?
In here? No. In there?
저 안경 모양 어디서 많이 봤는데.
The old history exhibit has got a huge one, but it's pretty old.
That might just be exactly what I'm after. So there's a map in the old history exhibit showing the city as it was?
Yes, and it's old. Everything in there is.
니를 주랑만이라고.
Your father seems to really love this place.
He'd spend all day, every day here if he could.
That's some real faith he must have.
That's one word for it. He keeps going on about a sign. As if Joey's arm is gonna tell him how to be normal.
I'm sensing some resentment.
Maybe you should ask it how to win Mom back.
Enjoy your day.
Keep a smile on your face.
여기 정말 오기 싫었나 봐.
Hello there.
Good day, friend. Are you here to walk with Joey?
I've walked with Joey before. He had treads at the time.
Yes. When you tread with Joey, you become one with happiness.
How do you walk with an arm?
You don't walk with him. You walk with him in here.
I think you're probably walking with him up there.
Oh, the mind's always on Joey, that's for sure.
Say, I'm looking for a specific location. An obsolete area
이런 거
code
혹시 아십니까?
E1594. Is there a map around here somewhere?
A map around here? I don't think so. Unless you mean the map in the old history exhibit.
Well, that counts.
Well, in that case, you're in luck. There is one in the old history exhibit. How it was before the Joey era. It's like staring into oblivion. But of course, without a brooch, they won't let you in.
Is that a social climber aspiration brooch?
Ah, I know a real savior craver when I see one.
저게 있어야 돼?
I'm proud to be one of the biggest social climbers in the past 30 days. And the 30 days before that. Such an honor. Sorry, I made you drag that out of me a bit. I'm just never sure where Joey stands on humility.
Oh, I say he's rather flexible. If I wanted to get inside the old history exhibit, this brooch would be the key. How can I get one of those brooches?
Just be a good citizen. Every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and all night long.
너무 오래 걸리겠는데?
Wake up and do it again tomorrow.
I'm not sure I have time for that. Could you give me your aspiration brooch?
I couldn't. They're issued specifically to social climbers.
Could you lend me yours?
No can do. Only the highest kudos social climbers are allowed into the old history exhibit. You are not worthy. According to the council, that is.
그래.
What sort of sign are you looking for?
At this point,
조이 얘기해줘볼까?
I've been such a devoted citizen, putting Joey first above everything. My job, my wife and daughter, all second to Joey, just as he would have wanted. But now, I worry I'm straying off the path.
조이랑 돌아다니던 시절 얘기해주면 안
But
돼?
who would deliver better counsel than the Savior himself?
You kind of worship Joey, huh? Is that why you're here?
Well, I mean, yes, but not just that. I'm looking for a sign.
A sign? From who?
Joey, of course. When a man reaches our age...
Our age?
He starts to look for guidance.
나이대가 그렇게까지 비슷하진 않은 것
to
같은데.
point me in the right direction than the arm of Joey himself.
Joey's actual arm. Quite something, huh?
Yes, the original arm that wrenched the city from the precipice of damnation.
Didn't it just get stuck to a hand scanner?
This very arm wielded a weapon so great it tore down a tyranny. This very arm wielded a weapon so great it toppled the heads of government, forged a plowshare and rebuilt the city from the ground up. With this arm, he plucked the eyes from the Hydra of Link and gave them to the people so we all might see.
All that by himself?
Yes! Yes! All by himself! The whole story can be found on the stations around the hall.
FBI.
I better go and admire something.
Happy Aspiration Day! Now, if you might stand aside so the Savior and I can have a little us time. Just me and the hand.
Join the celebrations this Aspiration Day to show your gratitude and dare to dream what you might become.
야! 치킨? 그렇지 않습니다. 치킨이 아닙니다.
Union City wishes all citizens a happy Aspiration Day.
Alert. Trajectory obstructed.
Union City wishes all citizens a happy Aspiration Day. Union City wishes all citizens a happy Aspiration Day.
떡볶이.
Union City wishes all citizens a happy Aspiration Day.
Alert. Trajectory obstructed.
Union
순대는 안 했고 떡튀. 혼자 먹는다고? 당연하지. 돼지 인간이냐고요? 맞습니다. 일단 저장하자. 오, 저장이 금방 되네. 자, 잠깐 꺼가지고